You may now take your seats. Let us not keep you waiting any longer, and without further ado, let us immediately proceed to our first lecturer who will begin our NSTP Talk series with today's insightful discussion. To begin our talk series, we are honored to have with us Police Chief Master Sergeant Leia Ulit and Police Colonel Ralph Laguardia, who will be speaking or will share their extensive background in law enforcement and pressing social issues, particularly in strengthening the campaign against illegal drugs. Today, they will talk us through the basic terms and concepts of drug education to help us gain clearer understanding of this important topic. They will also discuss the classification of commonly abused drugs and their harmful effects. So as students and future servant leaders, we may have more informed, vigilant, and responsible in promoting a drug-free community. Let us all extend our warmest welcome to Police Chief Master Sergeant Leia Ulit and Police Colonel Ralph Laguardia. A round of applause, please.
Good day, everyone. Today, we will discuss about drug education, including important terms, basic concepts, types of commonly abused drugs, their effects, and the legal consequences of drugs abuse. This knowledge will help you to make informed decision and stay safe. Here with the lesson objectives. By the end of the lesson, students shall be able to define key terms related to drug education, such as drug abuse, dependence, and addiction. Explain the basic concepts of drug abuse, and its impact on health and society. Identify the different classes of commonly abused drugs. Describe the short-term and long-term effects of commonly abused drugs. And recognize the legal consequences of drugs abuse under RA 9165, known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. So as of August 25, 2025, there are 6,734 persons who use drugs in Ilocos Norte. And 6,274 have graduated from the community-based rehabilitation program. So when we say CBRP, they have already undergone all the programs of the government. That's why they have already graduated these 6,274. DJ kastading ko, DJ remaining na, they are in abroad, cannot be located and arrested. So, so what is drugs? A drug is any substance that affects the body or mind. As we can see, drugs can be legal, like medicines. These are the prohibited drugs, and there is an illegal drugs. So drugs use versus drugs abuse. So when we say drug use, taking drugs correctly for medical or social purposes. So drug abuse, improper or harmful use of drugs. So as we can see, the addiction, compulsive need to use drug despite harm. So addiction and dependence make it very hard for a person to stop using drugs. So, yan. Tolerance, needing more of a drugs to get the same effect. This picture shows us yung the differences between the tolerance, dependence, and addiction. So, yung addiction, naghahanap yung katawan na mas gusto niya na marami siyang tinitake na alcohol and drugs. While defendants, yung ano siya, mas konti and then naghahanap pa rin siya ng mga gagamitin doon sa tolerance, ganon din, hindi siya satisfy, nagaano pa rin siya, nagkakaroon pa rin siya ng mga uh, yung, yung needing materials yung sa alak. So, classification of commonly abused drugs. Number one is stimulants, increased alertness and energy. Example, ito yung very rampant, yung shabu, yung madalas na nakukuha sa mga gumagamit ng illegal drugs, yung mga nahuhuli ng PIDEA at kapulisan. So, stimulants, examples, ecstasy, speed, methamphetamines, cocaine, cigarettes, and caffeine. Sino dito ang mga naninigarilyo? Isa forms of example T, stimulants. Yung mga tobacco, yan. So, depressants, slow brain activity and body function. Example, this is alcohol. Yung mga umiinom ng alak dito, sino? Mga boys. Yan. So, hallucinogen, change perception, mood. Example is LCD, magic mushroom. So, another, opioids, painkillers, addictive. Yan, yung mga halimbawa nito. Inhalants, chemical inhaled for effect. Example, glue, paint, thinner, misused to get high. Example, ito yung mga nakikita sa mga Metro Manila, gumagamit silang mga rugby. So, short term, euphoria, alertness, impaired and judgment. There's a long-term effect, addiction, health problem, and social issues, death. So there are many effects of commonly abused drugs. Number one is physical. It will damage our brain, lungs, liver, and heart. So mental, anxiety, depression, hallucination, and poor focus. So social, family conflicts, crime for school or work performance. So there's a legal, arrest, imprisonment, fines, and criminal record. So ito yung laws for the drugs, RA 9165, known as Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002 in the Philippines. I-discuss ito ng aking kasamahan si Police Corporal Laguardia.
So, good morning, everyone. I am Police Corporal Laguardia from the City Drug Enforcement Unit, Batak. So, before I start, sino dito sa inyo yung may mga aware regarding sa Republic Act 9165 or Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act? Anyone here na may knowledge? Sige na, huwag na kayo mahiya. Sino dito ang may knowledge regarding sa dangerous drugs? Or sino na sa inyo ang nakakita ng dangerous drugs? Be honest, hindi kayo huliin. Sige na, sino? Sino sa inyo nakakita ng marijuana? Or na-try nang gumamit ng marijuana? Oh, ikaw, stand up. Ikaw na nga. Tumingin ka pa sa likod. Ikaw, tayo. Ah, nakakita ka na ba ng marijuana? Pero nakagamit ka na. Ano ang pagkakaalam mo sa marijuana? Ang topic ko ngayon is Republic Act 9165 or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002. So, slide 14, sir. Mabilisan lang to. Kasi alam ko, uwing-uwi na kayo eh. So, ang Republic Act 9165 is, ang layunin niya is sugpuin ang paggamit at pagkalat ng droga. So, dito sa RA 9165, ito yung batas na nagpapatupad or batas na pinapatupad namin sa mga taong lumalabag sa paggamit or pagbenta ng illegal na droga. So dito sa RA 9165, we have three common laws section na pinapatupad. Number 1 dyan is itong Section 5. The sale, trading, distribution of illegal drugs. So dito sa Section 5, andito yung pagbebenta ng illegal drugs. For example, si Juan de la Cruz. Si Juan de la Cruz is may report sa kanya na nagbebenta siya ng illegal drugs. So ngayon, ang gagawin namin, magkakandak kami ng validation dyan. Series of validation. Gagamit kami ng maraming asset. So, once na na-confirm namin na nagbebenta siya talaga, usually 2 or 3 assets ang ginagamit namin. So, hahanap kami ng tao na alam or tao na talagang dikit sa kanya na nakikita niya na gumagamit ng droga or nagbebenta ng drugs. So from that, it would take siguro weeks or months before kami mag-operate. Meron bang time na kami mismo talaga yung magte-test buy or bibili ng drugs sa kanila para mapatunayan namin na talagang legit na nagbebenta siya, na hindi gawa-gawa. So ang gagawin namin, for example, si Juan de la Cruz, nagbebenta ng drugs. So ako naman, meron akong mga asset na ginagamit. So, once na nakuha na ng asset ko yung loob ng tao, syempre yan, makikita niya, nagbebenta siya ganito, ganyan-ganyan. So from that, hanggang nakuha na niya yung loob niya, yung asset ko, i-introduce na niya ako na buyer ng drugs. So, for us na maging kontento kami sa kanya, na maging satisfied kami na involved talaga sa illegal drugs is nagkakandak kami ng tinatawag namin na test buy in coordination with the PDEA. So sa test buy na yon, meron siyang pre-operation report or control number coordinated with the PDEA. Once na nakapag-coordinate na kami sa PDEA, bibili muna kami ng tingi-tingi. Halimbawa, first attempt, bibili kami ng worth 1,000. So, meet up sa ganitong place or sa bahay nila or whatsoever. Para nung sa last operation namin, ano ba? Rayuray. Sino taga Rayuray dito? Or sino taga Batak dito? Barangay. Ikaw, ma'am. Kang Runaan. Sino pa yung taga Batak? Ikaw, ma'am. San Pedro, infected. Ikaw, sir. Na? Ablan. So yun, halimbawa, si Juan de la Cruz na taga San Pedro. Monitored namin, nagbebenta, naghahanap ng buyer. So doon sa within San Pedro, maghahanap kami ng asset namin doon. Usually naman may mga mini-maintain na kami mga tao na talagang tao na talagang kilala na sila ng mga nakasama nila sa kulungan. Kasi most likely today, ang mga involved sa illegal drugs is mga dati nang nakulong from Muntinlupa, Iwahig, or from BGMP Batak. Ganon kasi ang drug situation natin dito ngayon, bibihira ang newly identified na drug personality. If ever man, ang newly identified lang dito is, dito sa Ilocos Norte, ang newly identified lang namin, yung nahuli sa Paway. So, once na nakuha na namin yung loob ng asset sa first attempt, once na nakuha namin yung item, hindi namin gagamitin yun ha. Once na nakuha na namin yung item, ima-markings namin siya and then dadalhin namin siya sa crime lab. So sa crime lab, i-examine nila yung drugs. So pag lumabas yung report na positive yung drugs, gagawan namin siya ng report sa higher office. Once na nagawan na namin ng report yan, is mag-order naman na kami ngayon ng mas marami. So, siguro once or twice sa test buy, and then after nyan, once na nakuha na namin yung loob niya, is mag-order na kami ng siguro worth 6,000, 10,000, 20,000. Doon na namin sila i-operate. So, during the operation naman, prior to that is, nagkakaroon kami ng briefing. So sa briefing, kasama namin ng PIDEA, witnesses. Usually ang witness namin is media representative and barangay official. So from that, after that is, doon na namin ikakasaya yung operation. Kung saan ang gustong meeting place ni subject, doon kami magta-transact. Usually, pa nag-ooperate kami siguro more or less 15 to 20 kami na nag-ooperate. I'll show you a video. Pero walang magpipicture walang magre-record. Para matanggal yung doubt ninyo, yung about sa yung mga pinopost or kino-comment nyo sa Bombo Radio na planting of evidence or what. So this will be confidential Walang mag-video or magte-take ng picture ha. Kasi nag-a-apply pa kami sa court. So, same process. Test buy. Yun nga lang, kapag search warrant, kailangan na makapasok kami dun sa bahay. Kasi gagawan namin siya ng sketch, floor plan, kaya kung dapat malaman namin kung saan niya kinukuha yung mga item niya, kung saan part ng bahay. So kung makikita nyo dito sa baba, dito sa baba is, meron tayo ditong marijuana and shabu. So ganito ang itsura ng marijuana. Ito kasi ko na to may laser pa to. Ito is marijuana stock. Buo-buo to. Then this one, itong mga nakapak, naripak na to. So ang street value ng marijuana dito ngayon sa buong Pilipinas is 1,000 per gram. Ang marijuana, 1 gram, parang kung ano yun ilang rolyo na yun ng sigarilyo. Siguro yung 1 gram, isa o dalawang stick na ng sigarilyo ang katumbas nun. So this is, itong operation na to, itong marijuana is from Barangay Rayuray. So, itong sa Barangay Rayuray is yung kasama ko ang nag-penetrate dyan. 3 times siya nag-test buy before kami nag-apply ng search warrant. What to? Bata pa to. 21 years old. Ngayon kasi, pabata ang involved sa illegal drugs. We have monitored some students here. Kino-confirm lang namin. Merong, I think, we have 5 or 7 students dito sa MMSU na involved. When? Halos everyday nandito kami sa loob ng MMSU. Ang meet-up place namin is minsan sa Cap SD, minsan doon sa Oval. Yan. Jack kaya ko dito lecture ang tata. Dakayo ti matilumi Naman narigat. So dito sa section 11, possession, we have here 50 grams above life imprisonment. Pero it depends naman Kung first time offender ka, pero wag niyo nang gagawin First time offender ka na mahuli, pwede ka mag-plea bargain, and then, ang magiging decision dyan, depende sa grams na nakuha sa'yo, pwede ka munang ipasok sa rehab. Mari-rehab ka for treatment. Yun nga lang yung rehab, ang minimum is 6 months, ang maximum is 6 years. Depende sa kwan. Depende sa magiging result ng drug dependency exam mo. Si doctor at si judge ang magdi-decide. Sa mga first time offender lang. Pero kung paulit-ulit ka na, for example, siguro naman nanonood ka sa social media, sa Bombo Radio or sa Damag Ilocano. We have a operation, I think, last year. Are you aware doon sa isang family ang nahuli namin? Isang buong pamilya. Barangay, I think it was Barangay Tabog. So yun ang kwan. Yun pa lang yung, siguro, mula nung nasa ako dito sa Batak, yun pa lang ang pinakamalaking operation namin. 500 grams ng marijuana, and then, I think, 30 grams ng shabu yun. Yung marijuana nun talagang fresh. Mamasa-masa pa yung marijuana niya. I think yung marijuana niya is galing ng somewhere in Baguio. Talagang kahit na nakasealed yung marijuana niya, maangot mo pa lang. Maangot mo dyan, angot yung marijuana. Talagang totally sealed yung marijuana, naka-plastic, nakabalot, ngayon maangot mo ta. So, ang nangyari doon, nag-apply kami ng, PDEA ang nag-apply ng search warrant. So, naging back up lang kami doon. During the search warrant, nagkaroon ng commotion. So, madaming nakialam. Meron pa yung time doon na inattempt pa nung anak na itakbo yung marijuana. Kaya nadamay siya. Ang ginawa nun, actually yung anak is babae. Criminology student. Aman, hindi. Parang ang nangyari doon is nadamay na lang siya. Hindi niya alam. Actually, that in-implement namin yun is I think 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. Basta madaling araw yun So, knock and announce, katok, basa ng search warrant. Pagkabasa ng search warrant, start ng search. Habang nagkakandak na kami ng search sa loob, doon na, nagkainitan na. So, nung nagkainitan na, doon na, commotion. Yung isa, tinapon niya yung shabu sa labas. Yung isa naman, nagwawala-wala na. So, hanggang sa kwan, sinil na namin yung area. Wala nang pinalabas. And then, around 7 or 7:30 yata, papasok yung bata. Itong sinanay, may nilagay siyang bag doon sa backpack ng bata, which is hindi alam ng bata. Basta kinuha na lang niya yung bag, lumabas. Pagkalabas niya, hinold namin, binuksan namin yung bag, andun yung half kilo ng marijuana. Kaya nadamay yung bata. Although exonerated naman na yung bata So yun, the father, I think yung tatay is 4 times lang nanggaling ng Bilibid, New Bilibid Prison. So paulit-ulit na. During the conduct of interview, tinanong ko, nagkandak ako ng interview sa tatay nung nasa station na. Ano bang napapalabo dyan? Sabi niya, Sir, biit lang ti kwarta. Kapay manot may sa gramo. 6,800, sir. Manot pinag-aalam to source mo. 2,500 lang, sir. O, di ba? Wala na rin siyang ibang maisip na trabaho. Kaya pabalik-balik na lang siya sa drugs. Yung 1 gramo, basit lang na eh. Siguro, eto, itong maliit na pack na to, wala pa tong 1 gram. So ito, pag ibebenta mo to sa labas, I think 0.0 something lang to. Pag sa mga tingi-tingi, pag tinitingi-tingi nila yan, ibebenta na ito ng 2,500 to 3,000. Depende. Itong nasa weighing scale, I think nasa 3 grams to. Ang street value na nito is nasa 24 to 30,000 na. Ito naman, itong mga marijuana, ito is I think lahat ito is nasa 10 grams na, which is 60,000. Lahat na nauuli namin, gano'n ang sinasabi nila. Mabilis ang pera. Ngam, gustumet, di ba? So next, section 12. Last slide. So sa section 12 naman is, So sa section 12 naman is possession ng drug paraphernalias. So 6 months to 4 years na imprisonment and a penalty of 10,000 to 50,000 pesos. So here, these are the examples of drug paraphernalias. Meron tayo ditong lighter, weighing scale, foil, and test tube. So sa paraphernalias is dito yung mga ginagamit nila. Kasama rin to kapag nag-implement kami ng operation, kung minsan kasi yung iba, yung mga baguhan pa lang sa paggamit ng drugs, pati paraphernalias nila dinadala nila. Kasi kung minsan kung alam nila, akala nila siguro i-score din kami. So isunod ito eh. Yun lang ang importante kapag sa kwan. Republic Act 9165, Section 5 is sale or trading. Section 11, possession. And this, Section 12 is the possession of drug paraphernalias. So that's all for the Republic Act 9165. And is there any question, ma'am, sirs? Questions? Clarification, sir? Yes, sir. Violent reactions. So, kung wala na, that would be all for me. And
Meron pa tayong question dito.
okay, sige, sige.
Can you please state your name, your course, and then your question afterward?
Pati.
Um,
Pati.
I'm Wills John Rich. I'm Wills John Rich Diramen from BSCE 1B po.
Yeah.
Wait lang. I have someone who knows na which I am not related to, pero wait lang kasi disclaimer, kilala ko lang pero for the sake of confidentiality na lang, I will not tell the name po. This person po is may nagpagtrabahoan po siya and naging like yung behavior na is nag-change because of the drug and napatunayan nila yun kasi nagpa-drug test po pero he is not aware po na nag-take in siya ng drugs because of yung mga ka-worker niya po is like may linagay sa mga pagkain na pinapakain sa kanya and hindi ko na po alam yung nangyari doon. So is this person still punishable by the Republic Act po?
It depends pa kasi sa kwan, di ba? Sa quantum of evidence na may papakita natin. Kung wala naman siyang, ang magiging problema natin dyan kasi is, meron ba siyang witness na may nilagay doon sa pagkain niya? Mapapatunayan ba niya na may nilagay doon sa pagkain niya? Kasi, number one dyan, imposibleng hindi mo alam na may nilagay sa pagkain mo. Diba? Usually kasi pag ganyan, based sa mga na-encounter namin, ang inahalo sa pagkain nila is marijuana. Pero ang magiging problema natin doon is kung sino yung magiging witness niya or kung ano yung magiging evidence niya. So usually pag ganyan, yung kakilala mo, much better may parehab na lang para maagapan. Unless nagsinungaling siya na may nilagay sa pagkain niya. Kasi kung yung mga kasama naman niya is hindi naman user, imposible yan. Na. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ito. And for the interest of time, we will be entertaining one last question before we proceed with our speakers. You may reserve your questions later on for our Q&A after we've heard the lecture from the last two speakers for today.
I'm Christ Destiny Agarano from College of Dentistry, sir. Tipad padamot. Pangipipanan nyo kano agiji maalala yung kwarta, sir.
Okay.
Kin drugs.
Okay. Nice question. So, lahat na nakukuha namin na drugs is tino-turn over namin sa crime laboratory for laboratory examination. So meron kami doong chain of custody form na kung saan nakasulat doon lahat ng drug evidence na nako-confiscate and then itina-turn over namin sa crime lab. And then for the money naman is meron din separate na chain of custody form which is tino-turn over namin sa prosecutor for proper documentation. Walang naiiwan sa amin na pera or drugs. Lahat yan nakadocument. Okay. Sir, okay na.
Sure. All right. So thank you so much, Ma'am Leia and Sir Ralph, for providing us insightful details and discussing about drug abuse and yung experience din nila as law enforcers against drug abuse in our community. And later on, we will be entertaining more of your questions. But in the meantime, let's proceed with our next speaker.
Upon listening ka dagiti topics that tay topics 1, 2, 3, now let's do Q&A to get our topic number 4. Tatay, da kami questionnaran nyo. Now, we will ask question. Why do you engage in drug abuse? This part. Sige. Kitaan tayo na sino nalalaing. Ditoy or ditoy? Or EJ Zoom? Hep hep? Hep hep? Oh, question. Why do you engage in drug abuse? 5, 4. Okay. Nagan ading?
Hello everyone, my name is Kimberly Jibagawisan. I am from BA Sardi. Of course, we are the future, as Rizal once said. Ang kabataan, ang pag-asa ng bayan. So in the first place, we should be the first one to step out in our community because we know the truth. We are the truth, and so we promote the truth. That we should be the one who are like promoting, engaging on this kind of thing, so that the other young people and the young people see us and they're gonna be inspired with all the things that we're doing. As we have said, we are the we still have fresh minds, unlike other older adults like that, and so the youth should be the first one to step out. Thank you.
Tama. Tama, ang galing. Kaya pa today? Ada pa itoy? Kaya pa? Okay. Agpaabat ni Section A. Hep hep. Kaya pa? Isa pa, isa pa, isa pa. Awanin, awanin. Dapat ngamin naudi, dapat nga nag-answer. Sige, try. Actually, we've been in the organization for 5 years now. Since 6 years. And we've been talking to different kind of people. We've been pairing different kind of individuals. And actually, youth engage in drug abuse of environment. Dagiti makadkadwada every day, like friends, families. These are the reason why youth of the day really engage in drug abuse. So nga, tekon ko nada nga, you have to choose no sino tikadkadwayo every day. Tama? For the next question, decide. Now, tatay, why? Tata, how? How can you prevent drug abuse? Agpabati, Group A? Hep Group A. Awanen. Group B, hep. Oh, how can the youth prevent drug abuse? Group B. When? Sikat.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I am Precious Ayesa Baldad from VA Sociology again. So, in able to prevent the drug abuse, of course, we need to choose our friends. No, sino digitay kadkadwa tayo, ket di tayo baka no tiltila dalang pakisamsamahan tayo, antay gayam amo nga DJ kadkadwa tayo ket masa nga bad influence nga isungsong nakating madi nga aramid. So, next, to prevent is dapat kit hamois isipin nga dapat agusar ka ti drugs. Kasi you know, in the first place, ket madiiso na. So, most usarin. Next is, ano pa ba? So, next is, to prevent drug abuse din po is, we need to stay out sa mga bagay na pwedeng mag-trigger sa atin na gumamit ng drugs.
Tama, palakpakan natin. Okay. Thank you so much, Ading ko. Adapi mesa. Sige, how can the youth prevent drug abuse? Group A.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Zarsol El Ragilas from BSCE 1B. As a former member of the Barkada Contra Droga at our school at Abra High School, we implemented to prevent drug abuse for the youth. We implemented the intervention. Intervention is giving knowledge to the youth. Parang ganito rin magbibigay tayo ng lessons para hindi po sila para po aware po sila about drug abuse or drug use and abuse po. And katulad po ng sinabi ni Ate from the yes, tama po yung sinabi niya na piliin po natin ang ating mga kaibigan. Pero yun nga, hindi mo naman natin masasabi na tama yung kaibigan mo, pero yung kaibigan mo na yun is influence rin ng other kaibigan. So, dapat maging knowledgeable lang rin tayo, pangunahan natin yung sarili natin, then need natin na maging knowledgeable sa lahat ng bagay. Then, dapat alam natin kung ano yung tama at saka mali. Sa mga panahon na yan, dapat maging mas maalam tayo, dapat maging manuto tayo mag-criticize. Lalo, okay lang naman nag-criticize natin yung mga friends natin. O kung tama 'yun. 'Yun ang unang yun yung pinaka-first step lalo na sa college. Alam natin kung ano yung circle natin, kung ano yung dapat na idulot nila para sa atin, and ano kung maganda ba or tama yung ibibigay nila sa atin. 'Yun lang. Thank you.
Correct. Thank you so much, palakpakan natin. Anyways, every time dapat amo tayo no anati us-usdukin made. That's how can the youth prevent drug abuse. Dapat amo tayo ti agi-step up. We should know what is good and right. Tapno intikas tama di tayo agturong. Iti sabasabaling landas. Now, Tatay, why, how, what action can the youth take in their schools and communities to prevent drug abuse? Yes. Basta ilangan nun.
Hello, I am Shian Fei Haushan, first year BA Sociology student. What actions can the youth take in their schools and communities to prevent drug abuse? Well, for me, we must spread awareness and learn to educate each other in order for us to prevent drug abuse. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Wag na nating bigyan ng time ang group A kasi... Sige, meron pa ba? Kasi may video pa kami. Okay na kayo, group A? Anyways, matatalino kayo, group A. Palagpakan natin ng group A and group B. Anyways, what action can the youth take in their schools and communities to anyways, in our organization in the KK, that the Kabataan Kontra Droga and Terrorism, we are building so much time and efforts tapnon mabuo this action for us to come up with different activities and programs, and now we are very proud that the Kabataan Kontra Droga is really kicking out and really working out from the year 2019 up to this year's Sibibiyag TKK that, and we did different actions, programs, and activities in order kadagiti padaming agtutubo for us the youth tapnon iti kasta umadayo iti nadumado mga bad habits and bad activities, and we're flashing a 3 minutes video nga example what action and what activities we really build tapnon iti kasta ka maiyadayo dagiti padaming agtutubo into bad habit and bad actions. Can you play it our video po auditor? Basi lang nan 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Awan audio na. Actually, we presented this accomplishment report, this video during our regional quarterly meeting. So atin to.
Manipod ito. Nini Ilocos Norte. Manipod Ilocos Norte.
Manipod ito'y Badok, Ilocos Norte, patuloy na sumusuporta sa serbisyong nagkakaisa. Dahil ni Kabsat Darwin C. Aguliana para iti. KK.Correspondence.
Of time. That concludes our lecture as well as our question and answer portion for our day 2 or leg 2 of our webinar series. Bigyan natin ng masigabong palakpakan ng ating mga lecturers today. Sir Ral, Ma'am Leia, Sir Will, and Sir Boom. Sir, thank you so much, and may we invite them to please come and join us at the center stage.